Plaintiff Sheila Singletary is suing her estranged husband, Tommy Whitaker, for medical bills and pain and suffering that occurred when Tommy held a box cutter to Sheila's neck and choked her. However, Tommy is countersuing for personal property and emotional distress because he claims Sheila burned his shoes and destroyed his clothes.
Okay, Sheila Singletary is suing Tommy Whitaker for medical bills and pain and suffering due to an assault. And Tommy is countersuing for personal property and emotional distress. Were you married to the defendant?
Yes, I am still married to him.
Okay. Tell me about the assault.
Well, first of all, we met in 2001, and Tom, he was a wonderful guy, and had a good job and took very well of my kids. I do have 8 kids.
Wow.
Yes, I have 8 kids. And
a lot going on,
well, some of them are grown. Most of them all are adults now. And he was, like I said, he was a nice guy. But shortly after we met, a couple of months later on, we both started drinking. It just seemed like he was more abusive, and it became physically abusive also. But we argued, and he would yell in my face and try to intimidate me. Then there was one night we're at the liquor store, but he'd already had a bottle of liquor before we even went to the liquor store. And we're in the parking lot, and I seen a male friend of mine, and he knows as well as I know when we have friends, we always greet them with a hug. There will be no problem. But this particular night when my friend hugged me, all of a sudden Tom, he had a cup of liquor, and he dashed it in my face. And when
he threw a cup of liquor?
Yeah,
you threw a cup of liquor in her face because she hugged a friend?
I can't recall that.
Yeah.
You don't recall it?
I
Good answer.
I recall
Go ahead,
it.
Sheila.
I recall it very well, okay? And when he did that, me and him, we immediately started fighting. And 2 of my nieces were with me, and they jumped in. So he must have gotten angry, and that's when he ended up breaking out my window in my van. I had a conversion van.
Whoa,
okay.
Whoa. You broke the window in her van?
Yes, I did break windows
Same
in the
night?
van. Yes.
Okay.
So he do
How do you know
remember.
it's the same night? You must remember you threw the liquor in her face.
Not dumping the liquor, but
Now
I
your
remember,
memory is being refreshed?
I remember breaking the glass, but not dumping liquor in her face.
Well, then how'd you know it was the same night?
I remember breaking the glass that night. I went to jail.
Okay. You went to jail that night?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We filed charges?
Yes.
Well, wait a minute.
Yes.
Tell me about this. What did he break the window with?
He did break it with a gun.
I broke it with my hand, Your Honor.
Another good answer, Tommy. You had a gun that night, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did you report that he had a gun that night?
Yeah, I did.
You were convicted of assault or criminal mischief, damage, what? Tell me.
Just for obtaining a firearm.
Did you spend any jail time at all?
40 days.
Yeah.
40 days. Did you learn anything from that, Tommy?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what next?
Okay. So after that, he did the 40 days, and within that time, he was writing me, and I thought things were going to get better. We did get back together, okay, and things were going good. And so we ended up getting married. Okay, we ended up getting married. And it seemed like when we got married, everything turned for the worse.
Why didn't you get to why you're suing him? What are you suing
Okay,
him
I'm
for?
suing him because me and him, we end up getting in an argument.
Okay.
Okay, and we were in our bedroom. And I'm tired, you know? I just want the whole relationship to be done and over with. And then the same particular night, he ended up getting angry. And he said, oh, so you saying you want to go on with your life? I said, yeah, I'm going on with my life. He said, are you going to be with anyone else? I say, I may, you know? And when was this? This was August the 5th of this year. And then all of a sudden, what do you know? He reached in his pocket, and then he had a box cutter up to my throat, okay? And saying if I leave him, he will kill me. And the only thing, next thing you knew, he slung me on the bed and started choking me. He started choking me. I couldn't breathe or anything like that, okay? He let me go for for a second. And he knew I was going to go by my cordless phone to call 911. He snatched my cordless home phone and snatched the battery out of it, okay? And I had a cell phone. And he put it in his pocket, both of them.
And what is he saying to you during this time, Sheila?
He said, if I leave him, he kept on, then he started choking me again and saying, if I leave him, he'll kill me. Do you understand me? I couldn't say yes or no because he was choking me.
Did anyone witness this?
Yeah.
Who?
She did.
Come on up. What's your name?
Marche.
Marche, how old are you?
16.
Do you realize that when you come to a courtroom, you have to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to tell me what you saw or heard the night that your mom is talking about.
I was in my room and I heard my mom call my name. So I walked in her room and I saw Tom on top of my mom choking her. And then he turned around and he looked and he saw me, and that's when he got off of her.
Did you see anything in his hands?
No.
All right. Did you see, was he choking her with one hand or two hands?
Two hands.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Tommy.
Yeah,
by
I
the way,
say
did
one
you
thing.
call
I
the
still
police?
have marks on my neck when,
You still have
when he
marks?
was digging in my skin. I still have it on my neck if you want to see that.
Yeah, let me see it. Push your hair back.
If you look good, it's like right back
Oh, I
here.
see it.
You
I
see
definitely
it?
see marks
And that's
on
ever
your
since from August.
Do you have medical records, Sheila?
Yeah, I have medical bills.
Police reports?
Yeah.
So did you follow through with criminal charges?
Yeah. He ended up getting 4 years probation. It was 4 years probation, I think.
You were convicted of assault, Tom?
Yes, I was.
And you get probation?
Yes.
What judge gives probation on a second time around after a gun charge with an assault and a conviction probation? What is the point of that? All right, Tommy, tell me your version.
Okay. We was dating like 5 years, then we decided to get married.
Right.
After we got married, like she said, after she came out of rehab, she had went to rehab. I kept the kids when she went to rehab.
Okay.
She went to rehab for smoking crack, and she was on the
Sure
Vicodin.
did.
And she stayed in rehab. I kept the kids. And then after she got out of rehab, that's when everything started falling apart. You know.
Well, let's talk about the time that you knocked the window out of her van when you were both drinking. What did that have to do with rehab?
Well, when I drink, Your Honor, sometimes I just get out of control.
Good, that's enough. Now move on to the assault.
When she called me, she said I had her keys. I have her car keys. She called me all that day. I said, Sheila, I don't have your car keys. So she finally called me the next day. She broke the lock off the key ignition. And then she called and said, I found my car keys. After that, I came back. She said, well, don't bother coming back because I burnt your wedding shoes up. And and I'm like, why you burn
your wedding shoes?
My wedding shoes where we got married.
You burned his wedding shoes?
She set them on fire.
Oh, yeah. I burned them. Yeah. I set them on fire. I sure did. Yeah. I couldn't find my keys. I needed my car keys. I have a lot of kids and I have things to do.
But she found her keys,
Okay,
Your Honor.
yeah, I did. I ended up finding the keys later on.
Why would you burn the guy's wedding shoes?
I was really angry.
What is the significance of the wedding shoes? What, you think he's not going to have another wedding after you?
I really didn't think those was his wedding shoes, though. I really don't think that was your wedding shoes, Tom.
They were, Your Honor.
I did burn some shoes, but I don't think
they
those
were my
was his
wedding shoes. We got married there. They were white and black, Your Honor.
Okay, back to the assault.
Oh, man, she's a loving wife 1 minute, dinner, rub down, beautiful wife. The next minute, she's cussing me out, calling me all kind of names and accusing me of this woman and that one. We were just at a party just the other night, and it was pouring down raining. She called and come, I want to talk to you. The lady was standing over talking to me. She calls me outside, and it's raining hard. I said, Sheila, let's go out over underneath the roof and talk. She said no, and she just kept pacing back and forth in the rain. I'm trying to calm her down because the lady was only talking to me, and she said, I want you to do the same thing for me that I do for you.
Right.
So I go to my best friend's wedding. So when I was at the wedding, all of a sudden, she calls the police on me and get me arrested at the wedding.
Did you call the police during the wedding?
She was with the police when they came and arrested me, Your Honor.
Not at the wedding.
At the wedding. She pointed, there he is right there.
I figured.
Get him.
I figured, he'd already had the warrant. Was when he did that.
The warrant was for what? The assault when he was choking you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But every time she gets mad with me, she calls the police on me.
Yeah, but ironically, end up getting convicted. So maybe she's justified in calling the police.
Let me show you how conniving she was with that. She calls the pastor back and tell her, I'm going to come to the wedding, okay? He gives her the address where I am at just to find out where I'm at to get me arrested.
That's conniving,
the pastor said, I told her where the wedding was at and everything.
Do you have a receipt for your shoes?
No, I don't have a receipt for my shoes.
Are you suing for the shoes?
Yeah, and personal damage, plus mental, emotional stress.
Mental, emotional stress? Go ahead,
yes.
Jimmy. How much are the shoes worth?
Maybe about $40.
What personal property is $600?
The clothes that she threw out on the side of the house. My clothes.
Did you throw his clothes outside, Sheila?
It wasn't no $600 worth of clothes.
The question is a yes or no question. Did you throw the clothes outside? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. What did you throw out?
I'll say it was 4 pair of pants and 3 shirts. They look like
Why
work
did
clothes,
they get wet, or
jeans
did
and
somebody
stuff.
steal them? What happened to them?
I didn't never go pick them up.
You never picked them up.
No.
So you don't know how damaged they were. Okay. All right. Let me ask you a question. I have a bill here for $1,201 for medical damages, Sheila, and then amount due from patient is $1,661. So you are alleging $1,202 in medical bills. Is that right?
Yeah, for the medical
But that's
bill.
what you're suing for. And you're then suing for pain and assault. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And where are you two living now?
He stays cross town from me, and I'm staying with my 6 children. I own my own house.
All right, so you're not together anymore?
No, we're not together.
But you're not divorced?
We're not divorced,
Are you getting divorced?
It seems like it's going that direction, really. It seems like it's headed that direction.
Tommy?
It seems like it's headed that direction.
You don't want to get divorced?
No, we're not.
No, we're not. No, you can only speak for you. You can't speak for her.
No, I'm not.
You don't want to.
Oh.
Your call. I'm not going to force you.
Can I speak?
Yes.
I love my wife, and it's like, it seems like this drug thing and the alcohol, that's what the biggest interference was in our life.
Puts her over the edge, huh?
He always tries to say that with every judge.
Over the edge.
If that's the case, why do you do the same thing?
Why do I drink?
Yeah. And drug. Why have you done it?
Excuse me. You couldn't resolve this outside the courtroom. Focus on me.
Okay.
Here's the bottom line. The plaintiff is suing the defendant for damages from a physical assault. It is undisputed that there was an assault here. The defendant has been convicted of a crime beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, let me explain something to you. You're a battered woman. A battered woman is a woman who allows herself to be subjected to a man who continuously abuses her. I'm not saying that you are in any way at fault, but I want to tell you something. Hope springs eternal in these situations. Someone wants to believe after one incident that it will never happen again. The truth is it happens more in intensity and frequency as time goes on. And that honeymoon period, whatever it may be after the first assault, is generally just, a quiet period before the next assault. You need to understand this. You are standing in front of me in a courtroom with a scar on your neck from an assault and a choking with a box cutter where he has been convicted. You have children to take care of. You have yourself to take care of. You need to extricate yourself from a violent situation. And you need to keep your hands off a woman. You need to understand that whether she's in rehab or not in rehab is no excuse for you to put your hands on this woman. The verdict in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,202 for medical bills, as well as damages for pain and suffering. I'm going to give her $2,000 for pain and suffering due to an assault. And you know what? I'm going to give you $60 for your shoes. Move on. Verdict for the plaintiff.